Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about how to increase your rare drop rate through free-to-play methods because there's actually a lot of ways to increase your rare drop rate much more than you would actually think. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to showcase over here is my rare drop rate. You can see that it's currently at 190%. And this is because by default, we actually get 150%, but I'm getting this extra 40% from what though? First of all is Rappy shaped fritters. So we do have PSO2 day coming right around the corner. So we will get 2 Rappy shaped fritters every time PSO2 day comes along. So if you don't have any of these, don't worry, you will get it relatively soon on the 2nd actually. So that is actually in 2 days from now. So when that comes along, make sure that you pop it so that you get an extra 10% rare drop rate for 24 hours. The next thing is actually your add-on skills. If you have add-on skills on all 10 of your subclasses, they do not have to be maxed them. They just need to have a level 1 rolled onto it. You actually get an additional 1% for every single class that you have an add-on skill. So this will actually give you a permanent 10% extra rare drop rate, and it's actually a try boost. So let me just hide my webcam over here. You can actually see that it's EXP and Meseta earned as well as rare drop rate plus 10%. And this is a permanent boost. As you can see, there is no time limit. It is always available and it's always active. Now, another very easy source of rare drop rate is actually through your Alliance mag. As you can see over here, I have all of these boosts that are active through my Alliance mag. They all last for 24 hours. So, just make sure that you do go to your Alliance mag and pick up the rare drop rate plus 10%. Now, if you're not in Alliance and you play on ship 2, you can always come to my Alliance and pick up the buff. My mag buff is maxed out, so you can simply just go there and pick up these buffs, and it's relatively simple. However, you are going to need Genesis points in order to pick up these buffs. So just make sure that you actually have enough Genesis points in order to pick them up. It's not that expensive, so you will be able to afford it. At least the average player will. However, if we add all of that rare drop rate, that's only 30% extra rare drop rate. We're getting an extra 40%. Where is this extra 10% coming from? It's actually from the region mag over here. As you can see, rare drop rate plus 10%. If I open up the map over here, you can see that this mag right here, the priceless region mag, gives us an extra 10% rare drop rate. This is very important because this is region bound. So over here, we get this extra 10% rare drop rate. However, it only applies to Kavaris. I'm going to now teleport to Stia, and you're going to notice that my rare drop rate is actually going to drop by 10% because you can see that this region mag that is supposed to give the 10% rare drop rate is not at 100%. It's only at 48.6%. So I do not get that extra 10% rare drop rate. So we're going to teleport there now, and I'm going to show you my stat sheet. So now you can see we are in the Stia region. We're going to go personal character information, and you can see that my rare drop rate dropped by 10%. It went from 190% to 180% simply because the region mag was not fed. However, it doesn't end there. When you feed a region mag 400 points, you actually get a personal boost. So I'm going to head over to the priceless mag over here in Stia that's not fully fed yet, and we're going to feed it 400 points. So you can see this is the mag. We're going to interact with it, and you're going to see over here I'm going to feed a total of 400 points. As you can see, I feed 8 of this event currency that I got like 3 years ago, and it's actually going to give me 400 points right here. And with this 400 points, it's actually going to guarantee that I get the maximum amount of rare drop rate or personal rare drop rate, which is actually 20%. All right. However, this 20% rare drop rate will only last for 2 hours. But nevertheless, we're going to feed it right here. You're going to see 400 points. I'm going to click yes. And now you can see that my RMag personal is now level 3, or the maximum amount, which will actually give me an additional 20% rare drop rate. So you can see right here, now I have 200% rare drop rate simply because I have this extra rare drop rate plus 20%, which lasts for exactly 2 hours. So this is very, very important. You guys really need to take advantage of this and make sure that every 2 hours that you come over here and you feed the region mag, because it literally costs you nothing. You're just feeding it random items, any item that you want. Just make sure that you feed a total of 400 points in order to get free 20% rare drop rate. However, something incredibly important about that 20% rare drop rate that we just got only applies to the region that you fed it in. So you can see that I'm currently back in Kavaris, but if I go to my character information and my stat sheet, I do not have that extra 20% rare drop rate. You can see that I was 200% in the Stia region and it's dropped to 190% in the Kavaris region. The reason for this is because we fed the region mag in Stia. So that 20% extra rare drop rate, that personal boost, only applies to the Stia region. As you can see right here, the R mag personal, there's a little timer, 1 hour and 57 minutes. However, when we hover over the priceless region mag in Kavaris, you can see that my R mag personal boost is currently level 0, which means that I do not gain any rare drop rate. So depending on where you're farming, you need to make sure that you feed the region mag in the proper area. So let's say that you are farming Darkfall's Dalian because you want to farm it. Then you want to make sure that you feed the region mag in the Kavaris region so that you get all of those boosts. If you feed the region mag in any of the other regions and then come back here to farm Darkfall's Dalian, well, you're kind of wasting that rare drop rate because you're not gaining the benefits of that extra 20% RDR. And the same thing applies to Dex base. Let's say that you want to farm in Dex base and you just finish a bunch of farming in Darkfall's Dalian. When you come to Stia, you want to make sure that you feed your region mag over here so that again you get that 20% RDR, so that when you're farming in Dex base, you can benefit from all of that extra boost. So again, we're going to teleport back to Stia camp, and when I open up my stat sheet right here, you're going to see that my rare drop rate is back to 200% because we do have the rare drop rate plus 20% 2-hour boost. However, we also can get an extra 10% on top of that if the priceless region mag is filled to 100%. You can see that on its R mag boost all at the very top, it says it's 48.7% out of 100. When this fills up to 100%, everyone on your ship benefits from this extra 10% RDR. However, it only applies to the Stia region. All right, so the priceless region mag is kind of the important one that you want to make sure that you feed in every single region depending on where you're farming. So for ship 2, I highly recommend that the Kavaris region is always fully maxed out, as well as the Stia region, since these are probably going to be the most popular places for farming. The Kavaris region I'm not too worried about too much, simply because Darkfall's Dalian over here, as well as the Rare Gorge, as well as the limited time quest, people are always going to be farming in the Kavaris region, so those are always going to be filled. However, in the Stia region, I'm a little bit surprised that the priceless region mag is not maxed out, because a lot of people are farming in Dex space for raw Meseta. And if you guys know, rare drop rate is going to directly influence the amount of Meseta you make per hour. The higher the rare drop rate, the more Meseta you're going to make. So not only do you want to focus on the Meseta boosters themselves, you also want to focus on as much rare drop rate so that you get more trash items, so that you can auto sell and create more value and get more Meseta. However, we want to boost our rare drop rate even further. 200% or 210% is not enough. We want more. Well, there's several easy ways to boost that even further. The first one is, of course, the item recycle over here. And right here, we have the N rare drop rate plus 100% per hour. All right. So you simply pick this up. All you need is NEX cubes. You need 6 NEX cubes to pick up one of these, and you can buy 10 of them every single week. So if you haven't bought this already, please make sure that you buy it, because tomorrow we do have our weekly reset, or in 18 hours, and then you'll be able to purchase more of these again. You can purchase another 10. This is a weekly thing that always resets. So that gives you an extra 100% RDR. So you're going to be at 300% or 310%. However, we want to go even further. What you want to do is, again, you come to the item recycle and you want to scroll down a little bit. You're going to notice over here there is the NEX rare drop rate plus 25% for 15 minutes. You do not want this item over here simply because it is locked behind AC scratch items. So the only way to obtain this is through AC scratch items. So we're going to be skipping this, because if you scroll down even further, there is another NEX rare drop rate plus 25%. However, this one lasts for 60 minutes or 1 hour. And with this one, when you click on it, there are 2 options. The first one is with AC items. However, we're going to purchase it through the second option over here, which costs SG items. Remember how we have the 10 free SG scratches every single day that you can turn into SG badges or SG recycle badges? You can actually use that to purchase the NEX rare drop rate plus 25%. You're going to need 12 of these items. So if I put in 12 right here, you can see that I can actually purchase one of these NEX rare drop rate plus 25%. However, you are limited to 3 per week. So this is a free-to-play method on how you can get some extra rare drop rate. Now this stacks on top of the normal rare drop rate because it is an EX variant. So remember that 100% RDR that we have for 1 hour, you can stack this 25% on top of that. So instead of having 310% rare drop rate, you now have 335% rare drop rate. So that is incredibly useful and very, very important. Now, another way to increase your rare drop rate, which is very often overlooked, is the party buff. As you can see right now, I'm currently in a party of 4 players. When I go to character information and stat information, you're going to see right here, party boost effect. EXP and Meseta earned and rare drop rate plus 10%. So you can get an additional 10% just by being in a 4-player party. It's very important that you do go into a full party in order to get the full effect. If you're in a smaller party with just 2 players or 3 players, it won't give you the full 10% boost. You do need to be in a full party of 4 players, as we can see right here, okay? Now, with all the free-to-play boosters out of the way, the last one I want to showcase over here is a premium exclusive. However, it is consuming some food. So when you come over to your Ryuker device and you go to cook quick food, you can see right here that I've got a couple of recipes. But as you can see over here under all of my different recipes, if you are a premium member, you get an additional rare drop rate plus 10%, EXP earned plus 10%, as well as Meseta earned plus 10%. However, this is exclusive to premium members. If you're not premium, you do not gain these effects over here, but this is another way to boost another 10% rare drop rate. So for the next 2 weeks, it is incredibly easy for even a free-to-play player to hit 300% rare drop rate. So I do advise people to try to hit 300% and take advantage of all these free ways to get all this extra rare drop rate. Even though we do have the meme saying that rare drop rate is a lie, it does help to a certain extent, especially if you're raw Meseta farming in deck space or Ritem Al Noth, because just the sheer number of trash items that drop does convert into extra Meseta. So I do recommend, even though it might not seem like much, it's better to be safe than sorry. Now also don't forget, with PSO2 Day right around the corner, even a free-to-play member is going to be able to hit 400% rare drop rate very, very easily, because we're going to get all of these campaign boosts which stack on top of each other. So please take full advantage of that. It's going to make your life a lot easier, and since we have a lot of players taking advantage of this rare drop rate, there is bound to be some rare drops. All right, so maybe you might not get it, but someone in your group of friends is probably going to get a good drop, as long as everyone takes advantage of all of these free boosts. And I don't see any reason on why you shouldn't take advantage of this, since they're all free. So there's that. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.